Parashat Bamidbar starts off with lots and lots of numbers, where it talks about how many people there was from the Shimon tribe, and the Judah tribe, and the Benjamin tribe, and the Yosef tribe, and Naphtali tribe, all the different tribes. Why? Why are there so many different numbers? Because Hashem commands Moshe to do what's called, in English, a census. What's a census? To count the people. To count all of the Jewish people. Now, we all know that you're not allowed to count Jewish people unless Hashem commands you. Hashem is not commanding anybody to do that today. But at the time of Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashem commanded Moshe to count how many Jewish people there are a few times. But I have a question for you guys. Does Hashem know everything?
No. Yeah.
Everything He knows?
Yeah.
Does He even know what's inside your head?
Yeah.
So He even knows what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Does He know everything?
Yeah.
So I don't understand. If Hashem knows everything, then I have a question for you guys. If Hashem knows everything, He knows if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're hungry, if you're bored, if you're interested, if you're everything, He knows everything, then why did He tell Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, go count the people? Doesn't Hashem know how many Jewish people there are? Doesn't He know how many people there are? I mean, obviously Hashem can see how many people there are, and He doesn't, Hashem sees everything, knows everything. So, if He knows everything, why did He ask Moshe Rabbeinu to count how many Jewish people there are in the desert? Let's think. Okay, so you know what?
Because He wanted them to know.
Why does He want them to know? Why does He want Am Yisrael to know how many Jewish people there are?
Because He wants Moshe Rabbeinu to know.
Did you guys ever count things that you have?
Mm-hmm.
What did you count?
I counted my toy sword.
Oh, you counted how many swords you have in your toys. And what, did you ever count something? Your stuff, any of your things, did you ever count? You counted the cards, okay.
Me too.
You counted the cards.
I counted what's called the armor.
You counted the armor, okay.
I also counted.
No, but I'm talking about the things you have, the things, physical things. The armor is not physical.
Oh, I also counted my Lego.
You counted your Legos, very good, okay. What about you, Benjamin and Yosef? Did you guys ever count something? Yeah? Well, when you count, if let's say, for example, if somebody has a bunch of cards, or a bunch of toys, or a bunch of different things, and they see all of it in front of them, but they want to count it. If they have 10, or if they have 15, what difference does it really make? If somebody, for example, older people, they count their money a lot. All the time they count their money. They go in their computer or their phone and they check in their bank, how much money do I have? Okay. And then later on the same day, they go back to the book. How many money I have? Okay, that's it. And then later again, how many money I have? And they keep counting their money all the time. Why do they count their money so much, Obadiah?
Because they love it.
Because they love it. Because they love their money. That's why they count it.
Because they want to give tzadika.
Because they want to give tzadika. But even if they not want to give, even if they're not paying a bill, they look at their money, they're counting it constantly because they like it. But the same thing, if somebody's counting their toys, they count their toys because they like their toys, they love their toys. They count their play cards that they play with because they love their cards and they want to know how many they have. So Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, I want you to count how many Jewish people I have. Why? It's not because Hashem doesn't know. Of course He knows. But Hashem wants to show us that He loves us. So He says, I love you. And just like you count your cards and your Legos and your toys and the money and the different things that you have because you love them, I count what I love, Hashem says. And what do I love? I love Am Yisrael. I love Am Yisrael. So now,
So He counts that.
so He counts Am Yisrael, exactly. He counts Am Yisrael. And why? Because He wants to show us that He loves us. See, He can easily count Am Yisrael without telling us. But He specifically tells Moshe Rabbeinu to count it because He wants us to know that He loves us. It's not about Him counting it. It's about letting us know that He loves us. Now, we see this lesson that Hashem is trying to teach us also in our prayer. In our prayer, if you guys remember, we prayed today the Shema Yisrael, right? And the Shema Yisrael, it says something where it says that Hashem is commanding us to do all of these mitzvot today. And He tells us that you have to do it with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your money. And anytime it tells us to do something, it tells us that we have to do it with so many different steps. So many different steps. And the same thing where it says that you have to teach this Torah and learn this Torah, where it says, Beshivtecha, Bebetecha, Belechtecha, Ba'aderech, Ubeshachbecha, Ubekumecha. Right? Why? It says you have to do it, you have to learn Torah and teach Torah when? Whether you're sitting, Beshivtecha, Bebetecha, which is in your house, Belechtecha, which is while you're going somewhere, Ba'aderech, when you're already on the way, Beshachbecha, even before you're laying down to go to sleep, still think about Torah. Ubekumecha, when you get up, when you wake up in the morning, as soon as you wake up in the morning, already start saying the brachot, say Mudani. Why? Why does Hashem remind us of all of these different steps? He says, because I want you to love my Torah so much that you're always thinking about it, and you're always thinking it, and you're always saying it in every single step. Because if you do it in every step, whether it's you're sitting, or you're in your house, or you're on the way out, on the way in, or you're already somewhere, you're traveling, or you're about to go to sleep, or you just woke up, if you're doing it in all these different ways, that means you love my Torah. And if you love my Torah, then you can become a big tzadik. Then you can become a big tzadika. So, when you show Hashem, we have to show Hashem that we love His Torah, that we love His mitzvot. And you guys remember that I gave you guys these little BeEzrat HaShem books, the blue books, to write the mitzvot. Did you guys write your mitzvot? The different good things that you guys did?
I finished the whole page.
You finished the whole page?
Me too.
Finished the whole
I finished
page?
the page and a quarter of a half.
Okay. And did you guys stop writing after that? Or did you stop doing mitzvot? We have to continue doing it. Why do we have to continue doing it? Because we have to show Hashem that we love His mitzvot. So each time we do a mitzvah, we write it down in the book. Each time we do a nice thing for somebody, we have to write it down in the little book. It's not because Hashem needs to know what mitzvot we did. He obviously knows. It's not that we need to write it because this is the only way that someone's going to know. No, Hashem already knows what mitzvot we did. But when we write down the mitzvot and we think about them, then it makes us love the mitzvot. So we have to continue writing in that book. Continue writing in that book. And BeEzrat Hashem, at some point, I'm going to surprise you this week. I'm going to ask everybody to show me the book right there and then. Show me the book, and whatever you have, then we'll check. Let's see how many pages you have, or how many things you have. We'll see who has the most. But we have to make sure that we keep doing the mitzvot. The same thing is with blessings. David HaMelech said that we have to make 100 blessings per day. Why 100 blessings per day? Because 3,000 years ago, at the time of David HaMelech, suddenly there was a plague, and people started dying. People were very, very sick, and they started dying. And David HaMelech checked everywhere to see if there's Avodah Zarah. And he says there's no Avodah Zarah. No, everybody's praying to Hashem. He checked everywhere to see if there is something lo tzanua. He checked everywhere, he says no, everybody's tzanua. Everybody's tzanua, there's no Avodah Zarah. So why are people dying from this plague? And then he asked Hashem, he cried to Hashem, eventually he got the answer that we have to get better with our prayers, and he realized that we have to make 100 blessings per day. Why 100 blessings per day? Because he noticed that every day 100 people were dying. So he saw it's every day it's the same thing. That means that we're missing something that's 100. Oh, we have to make 100 blessings per day. So David HaMelech would count each one of his blessings that he's doing. He would count throughout the whole day to make sure that he got to 100. And that's what tzadikim do in Eretz Yisrael. That's what tzadikim do when they want to show Hashem that they love their blessings. They count all of the blessings that they do throughout the whole day to make sure that they got to 100. So today we are starting a new week. This is our first shiur, first thing that we learn. But the most important thing to know is when we're starting a new parasha, a new part of the Torah, we have to always start it with excitement. We have to always start it with excitement to know that this parasha is not just any parasha. This is the only time that we're going to be able to look at this parasha this way. Because next year when we go back to the Torah and we look at the parasha again, it's not going to be the same. Likely, it's going to be a different time. So we have to be excited to learn about all of the wonderful things that we have in that week's parasha. And the first thing that we start off with is to get excited when we do mitzvot. To get excited when we do mitzvot, to write them in our little book, to every time we do a blessing, to be excited when we do the blessings, to pay attention to the blessings. And BeEzrat HaShem, each and every single time we do that, we show Hashem how much we love the mitzvot. And if we show Hashem we love the mitzvot, that means we also love Hashem. And do you think that if we show Hashem that we love Him, He's going to love us even more?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see, it works out for us. Alright? Spulin mitzvot. Now we're going to do a Baruch Hashem and thank you Hashem. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Hashem!
Baruch Hashem. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch